Hi, my name is Raymist Schultz, and I live in northeastern Oklahoma. I wanted to talk to you guys about the food. I think all of us are hearing rumors about how the food isn't good for us, and how it's even toxic for us. I wanted to share my experience with leaving the Western diet because my experience has been pretty alarming, actually. And I just heavily feel like people need to know this. So, I am 33 years old, and for all of my adult life, I have struggled with chronic illness. Um, into my 20s, I developed severe chronic pain, disabling chronic pain. For no apparent reason, my back kept going out. I was having hip pain, um, body pain, fibromyalgia is what they told me. Another doctor tried to tell me that I was in an early stage of MS. Another doctor told me this is just how it is. It's just a part of getting older. I think the first time I was told that, I was 21, and I felt like I was a little too young to be having these types of issues that typically were for older people. I had always seen it in older people, um, 40s and up, kind of older. And so when they were telling me that it was just a process of being old, that never hit me right. Um, Over the years, I tried so many different diets, um, exercise routines, um, vitamins, shake mix type ordeals. Um, I tried losing weight by restricting calories, and come to find out that actually kind of kicked all my other problems into gear and really revved them up. Um, Everything that I was being shown through the world was not helping me. My doctors were not helping me. They just wanted to give me medications and surgeries, surgery after surgery after surgery. I had 7 surgeries in 7 years. Four of them were very major. Um, I was just totally at a loss of what was happening to my body. I was not getting any clear answers at all. And so this time last year, I've already been on my healing journey and trying to figure things out as far as my spiritual health and things like that, which did tremendous things for other aspects of my health. But I really needed some physical healing. And so I had gone through all these things the world had told me to do, but I had just read something in scripture, um, where the Lord actually tells us how to heal, how to receive healing over our body, over our land, even. And it was by just returning to the land, um, growing your own produce, raising your own livestock, drinking water from your own well, things like that. Local, fresh sources of food. And so I was being told by my surgeon that I needed a metal plate put in between my hip and my back because um, the tissue there had tore away from each other, and um, for no reason. Again, there was no apparent reason why my body was literally falling apart. And then my back had reherniated again a third time. I had already had 2 back surgeries. So this time they were telling me we're going to have to do a spinal fusion. And I just read in scripture about this healing process. that I had not yet dove into. So I told my surgeon no. I said, I believe that the Father's going to heal me and I'm going to wait on him. So I went home and I started doing what scripture was teaching me. I started cooking food from scratch instead of buying it from the store pre-prepared. I started buying local food sources. Um, and over a year, it took me, almost, more than 6 months for sure, probably between 6 and 8 months to go completely local and from scratch. But even until the point I got there, this is what happened. 2 weeks. Oh, hang on. Let me tell you exactly the position I was in. I was unable to lift my left leg when I walked. It was kind of like a dead leg kind of situation. And I had no strength in it at all. I had what felt like a steak knife jabbed in my butt, in the area where my hip and my back had tore away from each other. And I was unable to stand up straight or look up, because of that searing pain in my back. It would shoot all the way down my leg. And so I was on a cane, having a heck of a time getting around. I mean, you should have seen me trying to get up the stairs. I was like, ugh, with every step, like all my might. So within like 2 or 3 weeks of, I think I started with just no sugars. I removed all the seed oils. And just by doing that, I was off of my cane in under a month. I was off of my cane. By the end of the summer, and this was beginning of summer, late spring, beginning of summer. So by the end of summer, I'm able to run up my stairs. I can jump, I can I can run, not just walk. Like I can walk obviously now. I can lift my leg when I walk. I can bend, I can jump, I can stand up straight and I get absolutely no pain. Um, this was really exciting to me, but at the same time, it also really disturbed me. It disturbed me that the fibromyalgia and stuff they said that I'd have to live with was not a life sentence after all. And it was actually being caused by the food I was eating and my very sedentary lifestyle. Um, and no, the answer to a non sedentary lifestyle was not going to the gym and exercising or walking in the evenings. It was what scripture told me, which was to live the human lifestyle, grow a garden, raise some animals, take care of the home economy, um, be active for your household, for your community, to your neighbors, be available. So I just started applying these things, and the healing I have received has just been life changing. It's not the appropriate term because it's been life giving. I was seriously so sick and in so much pain, you guys. And I was being told I had all these issues that I had to have surgery for, or I had to have medication for, or I just had to deal with because that was just life. Those are lies. Those are lies. So I know we don't like to hear how bad the food is for us, but listen, have ears to hear and have eyes to see. I no longer have an enlarged liver. I no longer have widespread muscle pain. I I feel so strong, like I'm actually building muscle now. Like my body is actually looking healthy now. I used to be really poofed up around the rib cage all around, and because my organs were enlarged, because We're eating foods that make them, it's like they're just revving on the gas pedal all the time. And if you treat your car like that, you know you're going to cause some damage to your engine. So why do we treat our bodies like that with the food that we eat? Most of the time, it's just for the plain fact that we're ignorant of it. And that's not our fault. But we do have a responsibility to become educated on these things. No one is going to have to live in your body for the rest of your life except for you. So it's so important that we learn how these vessels work if we have to live in them. And the great thing is if you learn how they work, the world can't get over on you on these lies. Okay? Because all these lies are just manipulation that stem from greed. We can come together as a community and we can start preparing our food. We can have someone preparing the bread goods. We need multiple people to do this for a whole city. We got to have some dairy sources willing to commit to this. We got to have the meat sources willing to commit to this. We need to start bringing our gifts to the table. We need to start taking care of our own because unfortunately we live in a society that does not want to take care of us. They do not want good health and longevity and wealth for us. The scripture teaches that we can have these things, and it's all about the process of receiving them. And I am living proof that what scripture teaches about this stuff is true. I have been so overjoyed with this whole process. But at the same time, there's so many of us still totally unaware. We can absolutely be free of all the pain and suffering. We just have to follow his way. We gotta grow our own food that still has the nutrition and enzymes still alive in it so that it can work properly in our body and nourish our bodies. We gotta start forming relationship in our community so that we can better love our neighbors. Because there's a lot of people in our community that are in really rough situations that they should not have to walk through alone. It's not part of his design for them to walk through it alone. We should be coming together as one man and taking care of our own. I hope you guys are hearing everything I'm saying. I hope you really take it to heart because I have been set free of that bodily hell that the society put me in, unbeknownst to me. They've been completely set free, and I know that you can be too, if only you just know, right? If I had just known years before, I would have dove into this long before. I had tried all the other things the world had tried to teach me about healing. I had tried all of them, but it was the way of the Lord that actually brought healing, real healing, like really fast, like almost miraculous level healing. But it wasn't a miracle. It was the natural process of removing what was hindering my body and giving it what it actually needed to thrive. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope that you all find healing.